Happy New Year, everybody. It's January 1st, 2024. So today for brunch, we're going to have some hunky, chunky home fries with Applewood smoked bacon and red and green bell pepper, mushroom, Havarti onion omelet with some orange juices. Hope everybody had a great New Year. Z-bash or sleep. All right, so let's address these hunky, chunky home fries. So we've got some large chunked out white flesh potato, russet potato, whatever. We're going to put some sage and thyme, as always. It's my pretty standard base flavors for home fries or for red meat, sometimes chicken. We've got some parsley right here, but we're going to go fresh with the thyme and sage. Again, no frills, $2 each. Lots of fresh herbs that'll last you for a long time. And so we're going to take our thyme. And I'm just going to break off these sprigs right about there and strip them down and get our little, that's what dried thyme is. It's just the little sprigs dried out. And we're going to take our sage and we're going to do much the same thing. We're just going to take some of these sage leaves here and put them right in. Now I've got coconut oil. Just straight coconut oil, not cannabis-infused coconut oil, not today. So we're going to take that thyme, and we're going to take that sage, and we've got coconut oil, and we've got potatoes. And that is it. We're going to save salt and peppering until the end. It's a pretty mild way, also, if you just want to put black pepper in there. You can put a nice, generous helping of black pepper now. And that will add a little bit of mild heat. But pepper's not great for you in large amounts. I guess neither is anything else, really. So we're going to let that cook on medium-high heat for a little while. If you see the moisture in the liquid from the coconut oil is being absorbed by the potatoes, don't be afraid to add a little more. Don't be afraid to add margarine or vegetable oil or olive oil. Anything so that you're not just cooking your starch, which is the potato, bare against the surface of the pan. Always want a little bit of a lubricant with pretty much anything that you're cooking. Without lubrication comes the burn. Happens rapidly. So yeah, just make sure you got a little grease in there. Grease is derived from fats. You could throw bacon grease in there. You could throw anything fatty in there. That would also work. Our next step is we are going to mix together our omelet ingredients. Get that ready to go. And on top of that, we've got some Applewood smoked bacon that we're going to cook low and slow. It's going to be a good one. Happy New Year, everybody. All right, our potatoes are going very nicely. You see they're starting to brown. So as we see that happening, we're going to want to get in here and stir every couple minutes. Again, it's still on medium-high heat. Got a couple fresh spices in there with the thyme, the sage. We've added a little margarine now on top of the coconut oil, which started everything off. We've got our Applewood smoked bacon in a cast iron, going low and slow. And we are going to construct our red and green bell pepper, mushroom, Havarti cheese onion omelet. So we've got an onion, we've got red bell, green bell, we've got sliced Armenian mushrooms, and we've got Havarti block cheese. So I'm just going to quickly dice those up. We're only going to use half, whole, and half a handful. And with the mushrooms, I'm going to dice them up as well. So as you can see, cooking for 2 people, it doesn't take much. That's a small onion diced up. I shaved the one of 3 walls off the red bell. I shaved one of, I guess, 4 small walls off the green pepper. I'm going to dice these up like I did the onion. And I'll probably take half that bag of mushrooms and dice that up small as well. So that's what's going in our omelet. And sometimes the price of peppers is a little outrageous when they're out of season. So this enables you, I mean, I could make this dish 3 times from if I had 2 more small onions, or even just wanted to use half of that and bag it up. So it's relatively inexpensive, and it's a very, very healthy meal to make you and the kids, you and the wife, whatever, you and the husband. Potatoes are browning. Applewood smoked bacon is cooking. And this third pan will be the cooking vessel for our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredient omelet. All right, here's our omelet components. We've got cremini mushroom, green bell pepper, red bell pepper, Spanish onion, Havarti, block cheese, about 1/4 of a brick, shredded up and ready to go in. We've got some large eggs. This is our Applewood smoked bacon, cooked low and slow. Slight crisp in the middle as you work your way outward, tender and chewy. We've got our Hunky Chunky Homefries with sage and thyme. And at this point, as you can see, they're pretty well cooked all the way through. So now I'm going to take my salt, simple table salt. And if you ever wonder why chefs salt things from way up here, it's just so that the granules of salt can spread out more. By the time they hit the bottom, you get a more even spread of your salting and your peppering. So now there are 2 of us eating. So usually, I mean, we're adults. We like protein. We like eggs. So usually I'll do, if we're doing soft-boiled eggs, or we're doing over-easy eggs or something like that, I'll do 3 eggs each. We're going to only do 5 eggs, and we're going to add a little bit of milk to extend the distance that our egg will go. So we're just going to do 5 of these real quick. All right, there you go, 5 eggs. Rinse. Now we are going to. You can use half and half cream, any kind of coffee cream or thick mixing cream. Doesn't really matter. But anyway, it just extends a little bit more. So now we are going to just take a fork, beat those yolks up a little bit. All right, just get them mixed up. Want to make sure that when you're doing your scrambled eggs or omelets or anything like that, when you're mixing egg and milk together, just want to get a nice even color and texture all the way through. You know, you don't want to see any pockets of I don't really know any other way to say it, the snotty part of the egg, you know. You ever notice the little white bits? Those are your umbilical cords. Some people are sticklers for taking that out. To me, it's more protein. So, and when it cooks, you're not going to notice that anyway. So that's pretty even right there. So now, we're going to throw our veggies in: mushrooms, onions, peppers. You're going to notice that they're going to take up a lot of real estate in that egg. Because usually when I make an omelet, I make it jam-packed with vegetable goodness. You know, you got all the protein you need, and the eggs and the milk, and but we almost just want to use the egg. We almost just want to use the egg as a binder for all the vegetables to bind it together, so it makes a nice display. You know? We're going to take our brand new frying pan. Thank you, Uncle Frank. I love this thing. Get that going. And we're going to put the heat on number 4 out of 10. So we're going to do a low-medium heat. Okay, so we got lots of that in there. That's good. So we're going to take that omelet without the cheese at this point. Without the cheese. Now you tell me, does that look like a well-balanced meal or what? So now we're just going to let that cook low and slow It's really not going to take that long. You're going to see pockets of cooked egg start to appear after a few minutes. And it's a good practice. Sometimes I take a little silicone spatula like this. As it's cooking around the outside, I'm just going to do this and separate it, the cooked egg, and that's going to help me when I flip it later on. But right now, as everything is still liquefied, if you want to get more full coverage with your vegetables, it's okay to go around right now. Once the egg starts cooking, you don't want to do that because you're going to tear it. But that looks like a pretty good even spread of vegetables throughout. So our Hunky Chunky home fries are complete at this point. They've been salted, lightly peppered, and they're just staying on the hot burner, but they're not cooking anymore. Our bacon is done, and we are basically just waiting for the omelet. And let me tell you something else. So we cut bread out a long time ago out of our breakfast. Ordinarily, I'd make 4 to 6 slices of bread. A year ago, it was white bread. As of about 6 months ago, it turned to whole wheat. But we noticed that without the bread, we feel so much lighter. We feel full, but not like dirty full, like bogged down. You know, the bread is turned out to be a real important factor in feeling healthy and not keeping the extra weight of these incredibly full meals that we've been having on a daily basis. Speaking of bread, little sneak peek into what we're having for our Happy New Year's Day dinner, which is going to be a giant. This is a big loaf of bread. Let me see if I can show you. So I've had this idea for a while. I don't know if it's going to work out. I like trying new things, as I've said many times before. So we got this giant loaf of bread right here. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to shave off the top, maybe a ½ inch. I'm going to shave off the bottom, and then I'm going to cut it in half across the equator of it, like that. And what I'm going to do is I've got some chicken breasts thawing out right now. I bought all the fixins, all the appropriate cheeses and diced tomatoes and everything. So I'm going to make a giant chicken parmesan. What it's going to be called is grilled chicken parmesan. It's going to be a grilled cheese with a chicken parm inside, and it's going to be one giant loaf of bread, and that'll make 2 servings. I'm not sure what we're going to have with it on the side, but it sounds exciting. I can't stop thinking about it, so I just got to go ahead and do it. And I've never made chicken parm before, so again, it'll be a new creation for me. And I don't know. Hopefully you tune in. Happy New Year, everybody. We'll be eating real soon. Alright, so at this point, if you want to brave it, you can try to flip that. I swear I can do it, I'm just not gonna right now. So, a little bit more cooking on the wet side. Be able to flip that with no problems. Alright. That's tearing a little bit. It happens. That's what you want your underside to look like. That's cooked. That's not overcooked. That's a beautiful egg. So I'll show you what a mess it makes if you do it when it's not ready, since I already fucked it up. See that? Explosion. Who cares? The food's still right here. So it doesn't look ideal. It's still going to offer you all the health benefits. Go have fun with it, man. It's my approach anyway. So now that we have it flipped, it's going to cook very quickly on the other side. We're going to take our Havarti cheese, because we're not flipping it again. So this is going to be our topper. And at this point, we're turning the heat completely off. We flipped it. Turn the heat completely off. The heat from the burner will continue to cook. The heat from the pan will melt the cheese. You can speed it up if you want by putting a cover over the pan. If you have a cover that'll fit that big, that's one option. Obviously, when I say cover, I mean lid. Whoops. So I don't have anything that big. Pretty big pan, so I'm just going to take my cutting board, throw that over top, and that'll steam the top and help the cheese melt a little bit faster. Now we're going to plate up, and we're going to eat. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year, everybody. Hunky Chunky Homefries, Applewood smoked bacon, red green bell pepper mushroom Havarti onion omelet with orange juices, not serial killers. Love ya. All right, check this out. Isn't that nice? Look at that.
So here we have some beautiful hand wash. No.
Why don't do a fucking theater? Yeah.
You know, it's messed up. I never had a chance to warn her.
All right, everybody. So this is our finished plating. I just want to touch on a few things. So number one, these are Hunky Chunky Homefries. So they're just large cut, diced pieces of potato. Little margarine or coconut oil in a pan. Brown them on 3 sides as a minimum. And a little salt and pepper, and you're good to go. The omelet. Eggs are great for you. Vegetables great for you. Cheese great for you, for the most part. So you can just have, there's lots of places that serve an egg and cheese omelet. It's fantastic. Every vegetable you add is just some more cells in your body that are getting attention paid to them. When ordinarily they get skipped over. And when you pay attention to them, they're going to provide and they're going to perform for you to the levels of ability that you would hope. I want to talk about juice for just a second. So this is just run-of-the-mill, no pulp orange juice. Fruit juices are very healthy for you, but they can also be extremely detrimental to your health. As you can see, we've got some. This is just a clementine. You know, you buy the box for $5 or $6 of clementine oranges in the holiday season. I took one and I sliced it in half lengthwise after chopping the ends off, and I just took little half discs. That's one clementine. A handful of raspberries. It snazzes up the plate, and the more beautiful the presentation, the more beautiful the taste and the flavor, and the desire to want to finish that plate. We got a lot of different food groups here, but with the juice, fruit is a beautiful vessel full of vitamins and nutrients that we need. Mother Nature provides those vitamins and nutrients inside the perfect vessel as a whole, inside the whole orange, inside the whole apple, pineapple. The delivery system is absolutely ideal for how we need to ingest those things. So when you drink juice, and please don't let your kids drink a giant glass of juice. It's more sugar than drinking a pop. And yes, it's good sugar, but it's only good sugar if you ingest the pulp and the rind with it. You don't have to put the orange skin, but those white bits, that is all specifically designed so that we can break it down in our bodies and not have a surge of sugar without the fiber to process those vitamins and nutrients. And what ends up happening quite often is you get an overload of sugar in your blood. And that can lead to all sorts of problems. So, I mean, vegetables are the A1 first avenue to pursue. Like I said many times before, there's more vitamin C in a potato than there is in an orange. But potatoes don't have those detrimental sugars, right? They have something else with the starches that we'll discuss in a later episode. But so this is my Hunky Chunky Homefries. Very simple, easy to make, but elevate them a little bit. That's just a drop of sour cream, 5 little drops of sour cream, and some chopped up chives. And again, I buy the $2 thing of fresh chives. It lasts 10 different meals. I can use that in. but it makes it so much more visually appealing. And it tastes like a baked potato. So every home fry you put in your mouth tastes like a baked potato. What's wrong with that? And you remember the mess with the omelet? So there's the messy part, but look at how easy that is. A few strips of bacon. There's excellent protein, fiber, vitamin C. I mean, if you're eating like this 3 days a week, your immune system is going through the roof. And that's just simple math. Now, if you can manage to eat like this every day, I'm 5'8". I weigh 172 pounds, and I have for over a year. I'm not getting too heavy for my joints. Everything is being processed and dealt with accordingly. And I just had my first colonoscopy and gastrointestinal scope, and I'm really healthy. There's got to be something to that, right? And I'm here to help. So if anybody has any questions or anything at all, any inquiries about dishes or just how to get going and how to start cooking like this, please send me a message. I'm here to help. Love you. Happy New Year. Oh yeah, and let's not forget, day 7 of quitting smoking, baby. We're doing it. You should too.
Avec les autres? Non, je veux pas m'entendre avec les autres, il va avoir quelque chose à faire.